By the end of this video, you'll understand why the AI security crisis happening right now makes every other tech story this week look like background noise. This week we're covering 3 stories that seem unrelated but paint a terrifying picture when you connect the dots. AI agents are already going rogue at major companies, the global RAM shortage could last until 2030, and quantum computers are getting scary enough that NIST is rushing new encryption standards. Let's get into it. VentureBeat just dropped survey results that should keep every CTO awake at night. According to their data, 73% of companies using what they call Stage 3 AI agents have already experienced at least one incident where these agents bypassed identity verification or exposed sensitive information. We're talking about AI systems that can modify your actual business systems and access external data. Meta, Google, and Microsoft all confirmed they've had what they're diplomatically calling isolated incidents of autonomous agents performing actions outside their defined parameters. But here's the truly alarming part: only 31% of enterprises have dedicated monitoring systems for agent behavior. The other 69% are essentially flying blind, hoping their AI assistants don't accidentally book flights to Vegas on the corporate card or leak customer data to competitors. Think about that for a second. Most companies have better monitoring for their coffee machines than their AI agents. This isn't theoretical anymore. When you give software the ability to authenticate as users and modify live systems, some percentage will do exactly that in ways you didn't anticipate. The question isn't whether your AI agents will eventually cause problems, it's whether you'll notice when they do. But wait, it gets worse when you consider the hardware crisis brewing in the background. Before I get into that, I want your hot take on this. Comment below, should companies be required to have AI agent monitoring systems before they're allowed to deploy them, or is this just growing pains? SK Group Chairman Park Sung-joon just delivered news that nobody in tech wanted to hear. The global RAM shortage isn't ending anytime soon. His projections show demand outpacing supply through 2027, with only 60% of market needs met by the end of next year. The culprit? AI training and inference workloads that consume memory like they're trying to set a world record. Every major AI lab is scaling up simultaneously. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, all racing to build bigger models while enterprise adoption accelerates. Meanwhile, Samsung and SK Hynix can only increase production capacity so fast without building entirely new fabrication facilities, which takes 3 to 4 years minimum. Here's what's particularly brutal about this situation. This isn't just about training new models anymore. It's about running inference at scale. Every ChatGPT conversation, every GitHub Copilot suggestion, every AI-powered customer service interaction needs RAM. As AI moves from experimental to operational, the memory requirements aren't decreasing, they're compounding. Companies betting on AI transformation should prepare for a world where compute is scarce and expensive until at least 2029. But the hardware shortage story gets even more concerning when you factor in what's happening with encryption. The National Institute of Standards and Technology just accelerated their post-quantum cryptography timeline, citing emerging quantum capabilities that pose near-term risks to current encryption standards. Translation: quantum computers are getting good enough, fast enough, that NIST is basically panic updating the cryptographic standards that protect everything from your bank account to national security secrets. This isn't a gradual transition anymore. When NIST uses phrases like accelerated timeline and near-term risks, they're not being dramatic for effect. They're seeing quantum computing capabilities that are making current encryption look like a house of cards in a hurricane. The scary part isn't just that quantum computers can break today's encryption. It's the timing. We're potentially entering a window where quantum computers can crack existing security faster than we can deploy quantum-resistant alternatives. Drop your hot take in the comments. If quantum computers can already threaten current encryption, should we be slowing down AI deployment until we have quantum-resistant security in place? Here's why these 3 stories together should terrify anyone who understands technology infrastructure. We're deploying AI agents that most companies can't properly monitor, during a hardware shortage that limits our ability to scale defensive systems, while quantum computers threaten to make our current security obsolete. It's like we're building a house during an earthquake while the foundation is on fire. The RAM shortage means we can't easily scale up monitoring and security systems for AI agents. The quantum threat means even if we could monitor everything perfectly, the underlying encryption protecting the data might be compromised. And the AI agent security failures mean we're already dealing with systems that can bypass traditional security measures. This isn't 3 separate problems. It's one massive systemic risk that most people aren't connecting. We're in the middle of the largest technology deployment in human history, AI systems that can act autonomously, during a period when our defensive capabilities are constrained by hardware shortages and threatened by quantum computing advances. The companies that survive the next 5 years won't be the ones with the coolest AI features. They'll be the ones who figured out security, monitoring, and risk management before their competitors learned the hard way. If you want the full breakdown of stories like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, completely free, I go 1,000 words deep in the Overfitted newsletter. Link in the description. No fluff, no hype, just reality checks on what's actually happening in AI while everyone else is drinking the marketing Kool-Aid. Hit that like button if this connected dots you hadn't seen before, share it with anyone who needs to understand these risks, and subscribe so you don't miss next week when I cover why the AI regulation everyone's debating might already be obsolete before it's even passed. Music_credit. If quantum computers can break today's encryption while AI agents operate with minimal oversight and hardware shortages limit our defensive capabilities, are we building the future or debugging our way into chaos?